Let's take a look now at how you can view profitability right from within your customer order. But before we go there, you'll have to go into your system settings. And in your system settings, you want to go to user permissions. Now, as an example, if you want, say, your parts department in this user group to be able to see that profitability, you do have to grant permission to this one right here, costs. Currently, this is hidden. Once you select it, now it's read only. So now this department will be able to see the costs and the profitability, but not modify. If you select this one, now they'll also be able to modify costs as well, not just see them. So once you've granted that permission, that particular user will be able to see that profitability. So let's go ahead now and look at a particular customer order as an example. We'll choose this one here. Now, this one is a dramatic example for a reason. So what we have going here is we have a unit deal, and let's have a look at this unit deal. We have a unit at a certain price, and it looks like there are no fees, other products, part labor, there's nothing on here. But we do see that there is deal service on here. So what has happened here is it looks like the sales team has added on some general labor and some parts. However, the labor has been billed at $0, and this part is at $5. Now when we look at the deal service itself, you can see that this deal service does come at a cost. You can see that the price of this becomes the cost billed to the unit deal, and the price of this part becomes the cost billed to the unit deal. And that's where you can see it more clearly in the profitability. So now what we're looking at here is we do have this unit that has a 31% profitability on it, which is fantastic. However, when we see that the parts and labor were billed through at $0 and $5, what really happened here is the labor underneath it all, the cost of goods sold, this is the cost of your labor to you, went through to your accounting package as that. Now, the billed labor on this became the cost billed to the unit itself. And same with this part. The cost of goods sold of this part was $64, which after the deal service was billed through to the unit became the cost billed onto the unit itself. So you can see here now those costs came through, but they were billed eventually at a loss, as you can see, at $5 for this part and nothing for the labor. So as you can see here, this is where profitability is at all levels in Blackpurl as well too. And now that you can see this, I want you to take an even closer look at how perhaps you'd like to start using your accounting integration to start creating a more clear picture of your accounting. So let's look at transaction types. And you see what we have here. We have all sorts of types. We have service customer, service third party, service internal, service deal service. Now let's look at the categories that we have on this, because that's what we were looking at. That was deal service. So whenever there was deal service being placed on, these are the categories that they would go to in this example account. So in this case, we have the part category is part sales deal service, and the labor category is labor sales deal service. That's just what we have set up as an example. Further to that then, that's now where you're going to be able to have more robust accounting, because if your labor sales and part sales are only these two categories, if you only have a labor sales category and only have a part sales, that's fine. However, you might now want to get that more robust per department reporting and accounting put in place. And that's where you see where this came in just as a sandbox, that we have this part sales deal service category. So now in the case of this CO that we were just viewing, We'll go back to it. Now what's happening here is not only is this profitability being seen just in this pop-up icon, now within your Blackpurl reporting, as well as if you'd like it to go through to separate GLs in your accounting package, now you can start to see profitability by department as well too. Not just by the service department taking this on as a loss, but seeing that this came from the sales department as well. So hope this has been helpful in starting to understand how you can not only see profitability in Blackpurl, but you can start to report on it and adjust your accounting package accordingly based on categories and transaction types.